The Dubai Princess, Sheikha Mahra bint Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Dubai's revered Princess Mahra fights a priest. Graceful and stylish, she softly joined the congregation, sparking curiosity. From the minute she entered the church, remarkable things began to happen. Why did a Muslim royal choose this church? Incredible incidents occurred throughout her time there. Come discover Princess Mahra's church's spectacular event. Muslim princess visits church. It was a sunny Sunday morning in a small Cyprus village. People could only hear the choir's quiet voices in the peaceful, warm streets. With hymn books and flowers, families and friends walked to Nicosia's small but magnificent St. Andrew's Church. Despite being the last Sunday of the year, most of them worshipped like normal. Unbelievable events occurred just before the service. Outside the church, a black automobile with tinted windows arrived. Men in suits descended, opened the back door carefully, and a stranger emerged from the automobile. Dubai Princess Mahra. The assembly froze because they couldn't believe a non-Christian royal family was visiting a little Cypriot city. Princess Mahra smiled as she walked softly toward the chapel in a modest attire and long white robe from the automobile. Her presence was noticed when she entered alone. Even youngsters could see she was special. Despite her prominence, she welcomed a few people near the entrance before entering. The church was full of seniors, young families, and curious kids. They whispered everywhere when they turned to gaze at her. The priest noticed her and tried to calm the crowd. She sat in the back with the typical worshippers, but the church atmosphere was different, and people were interested about her and why she was there. But she sat with her hands folded in her lap, looking and waiting as if something spectacular was going to happen. This small church was always peaceful. Why did Princess Mahra go? An island of faith. Cyprus is a big eastern Mediterranean island with a lengthy Christian heritage. Early Christians arrived to Cyprus to talk about Jesus. Saint Barnabas, Cyprus' patron saint, was a prominent figure. Many churches have been built on this island, each with particular significance. The Church of Saint Lazarus is named after Jesus' resurrection of Lazarus. Legend has it that Lazarus became a bishop in Cyprus. Saint Andrew, the church Princess Mahra visited, was completed in 1913 and has served Nicosia for over 100 years. Church made to look antique. Celebrities helped build it. This church is unique because it is a place where people worship, sing, and find calm. This venue has hosted numerous major occasions, but a Dubai princess seems special. A woman from a different religious background who visited the church felt different and unique because it connected different religions and cultures. She respected the fact that a church could respect all religions, but her presence showed unity. Someone from another country might respect and accept their traditions, the churchgoers saw. The princess connects with individuals uniquely. Why is her presence unique? A peace princess. The princess's costume shocked everyone, but some wondered who she was and where she came from. Mahra is no ordinary princess. The royal family of Dubai, a city famous for its magnificent towers and golden deserts, includes her. Not only that, her father is Dubai ruler and UAE Vice President Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Coming from such a prominent family gives her a lot of responsibility, but she is also kind and treats everyone equally. She was raised to respect individuals from all over the world by her family's education, understanding, and assisting others, which helped her become who she is now. The princess attended elite institutions abroad to learn about academics, cultures, and faiths. Being curious about the world has always made her stand out as someone who sought to connect with individuals from all backgrounds. Her family is Muslim and she follows Islam, yet constantly reveres other teachings. She shows reverence at temple and other functions. She believes faith should unite individuals for a better future. She never promoted her royal title. The princess is recognized for outside her comfort zone to meet people. Attending gatherings where different ethnicities and traditions are celebrated may differ from her nation. She enjoys fashion and experiencing different cultures as she distributes food to visitors. Her open and sincere embracing of their culture is admired. She was just there for parties. She helped individuals in need with her endeavors. She wanted to show that love and empathy can overcome many world problems. Since she doesn't flaunt her wealth or seek attention, people love her calmness and intelligence. Princess Mahra only uses her status to encourage good. Her ability to listen, learn, comprehend, and help others makes her stand out at any gathering. Some may wonder why a Muslim monarch would visit a Christian church, but she did to demonstrate that love and respect can bridge borders. Her paintings have always been about helping people view themselves as humans, not groupings. She amazed people with other things too. Why were her behaviors so memorable to everyone she met? A kind woman. Some churchgoers knew who she was, but they didn't know she was always known for her generosity and ability to unite people. She also has amazing things that have touched people worldwide. She visits schools and playgrounds with special needs children, known as Children of Determination, in her city. They smile, hug, and motivate themselves. Her visits delight the kids and their families, proving everyone deserves love. She always supports local talent in her country by attending events that showcase her other residents' designs and arts. Princess Mahra inspired others to value and preserve her country's culture and arts. She also supports women's rights and empowerment, attending events that encourage women to pursue their dreams and contribute to society, and giving young girls confidence that they can succeed because they have a role model who believes in them. She also worked to connect communities, supporting those events by recognizing traditions and fostering respect and learning. She encouraged peace and togetherness worldwide, building connections between groups. She also cares about the environment, spreading awareness and urging people to help make the globe a healthier and cleaner place for future generations. The princess has worked with international organizations to help individuals in need worldwide in addition to her efforts to her country. Many people in difficult situations have found support and hope via her efforts. Through her public appearances and social media presence, she has inspired youth to accept their culture as the world evolves. She inspires the next generation to contribute by balancing royal duties with modern values. Her passion is promoting her country's culture. She supports education initiatives that give poor youngsters the knowledge and skills they need to improve their communities. Her support for social activities and efforts to make people worldwide feel appreciated show her commitment to improving communities. Princess Mahra's calmness has long been admired. What did she do in church to stun everyone? Shocking moment. As she sat quietly in the back row of the quiet church in Cyprus, the sunshine made a pattern on the floor and the service was ready to begin. Everyone was focused on the priest. Initially, something simple happened that no one expected. Princess Mahra rose and approached the altar as the priest lit a candle. She stopped near a tiny table by the church with some unlit candles. A little white candle was carried by the princess as if she was contemplating something significant. She then bent down and ignited it with a nearby candle. This tiny candle caught the church's attention, and everyone stopped to watch her. Even the priest observed her, curious about the situation. Lighting a church candle is a way to pray for peace or someone. The princess lit the candle for an unknown cause, but it made the churchgoers joyful. After lighting the candle, she gently placed it on the table with the other candles and stood there praying. She returned to her seat calmly. This scenario made the church feel different since some members felt comforted as if reminded of something significant. They could not understand it, and others mumbled among themselves as they wondered what it was about. A youngster sitting next to his mother inquired who the princess was. She replied. His mother identified the princess and said her church visit was special. She thought something would happen shortly. The princess lit a candle in the corner, and people couldn't stop staring at it, wondering what the gestures meant. Its simplicity made this act powerful. It moved everyone without huge speeches. But what followed made it much more memorable. Lighting a church candle may seem commonplace, but did something unexpected happen? A spiritual bond. The church was quiet as the priest spoke softly and prayers were heard. Princess Mahra monitors her candle's flame. A little girl with curly hair and a hesitant grin got up from one of the front seats and moved approaching the princess. She was afraid as she approached her, seeing the black males behind her. She bravely approached her and went to Princess Mahra's seat. Some grown-ups whispered to each other, wondering what the girl was doing. They watched her little steps till she reached the princess in a peaceful church. She stopped and stared at her with keen interest when she came. She took out a garden-fresh flower without saying a word. The princess smiled and bent down to take the flower from the girl's hand, holding it like a beautiful gift. She thanked the girl, who muttered something into the princess' ears inaudible to others. The princess nodded and held the girl's hand, but it appeared that their chat had affected her heart. She turned back and went to her seat, but the environment changed since they thought we were intrigued about what transpired. Everyone could feel a subtle connection once the girl approached the princess, although it was unclear why or what she said, notwithstanding their inability to express sentiment. After the service, some people asked the girl's mother what she asked the princess. Her mother said her daughter praised her for making the church seem special. However, other church events occurred. What happened after the bashful girl returned to her seat astonished everyone. What was so surprising that the priest was moved? The moving statue. A horrible event was going to occur while people watched the little girl and princess talk. The congregation bowed in prayer as the service ended. A big St. Andrew statue had sat at the church's front for decades. It represents community religion. It was smooth stone with a cross in one hand, and the other extended forward to reassure onlookers. Then a faint fracture appeared in the church, which people thought was caused by the children who played around it. However, the sound increased, causing several to look around. One choir member trembled and pointed to the altar, startled. Everyone was watching the status, which appeared to bow forward. It moved slowly, obscuring what transpired. The priest standing at the altar could not believe his eyes as he grabbed his Bible tightly, since statues cannot move. Yet this one was leaning forward. The church children were intrigued and asked their parents many questions, but the parents were confused about what they saw and what to answer. However, Princess Mahra in the back did not seem astonished. She watched the status while holding the flower the little girl gave her. The priest advanced boldly, shaking as he stated God had blessed everyone today and the occurrence was a message from God. It reaffirmed their faith and unity. The gathering murmured again as several kneeled in prayer with their heads bowed while others stared at the statue, unable to look away. This statue moved despite being designed not to. What may have caused this unique event? An emotional tune. The chapel seemed different and the air was different after the unique status moment because everyone was wondering what would happen next. But the choir rose. They were 15 people, from children to seniors. When they prepared to sing, they wore plain robes and looked frightened but peaceful. The choir started with mild notes, and everyone in the congregation knew the hymn. It discussed love, hope, and peace in tough times. The choir's voices relaxed the churchgoers, settling the tension. Relaxation caused everyone, including fearful youngsters, to face the singers. As the choir sang, Princess Mahra moved forward to watch. The members thought she was leaving the church, so they didn't know where she was heading. To everyone's surprise, she approached the choir, stopped, and sang. Though quiet, her clear, soothing voice helped the church sing along. The choir kept singing as their confidence rose with the princess, and their voices were so lovely that many in the room cried. A second-row woman, crying, murmured that the chapel felt like heaven, and others concurred. Even the altar-side priest was shifted. He held his Bible, but watched Princess Mahra. She sang with a feeling that moved everyone in the church, not just words. The room fell silent after the hymn. Everyone remained silent for a minute, as if frightened to disrupt their inner tranquility. Someone started clapping, and others did too. Clapping spread across the congregation, to express gratitude for the moment. The princess smiled warmly but did not say anything, bowing gently and returning to her seat as if nothing had happened. The church will never forget the music, voices, and her presence. But what occurred next was extraordinary. After the ceremony, the congregation exited with an inexplicable sense of astonishment. Princess Mahara's small act of lighting a candle and joining the choir made a normal day special. Her statuary moment, emotional hymn, and connection with a shy child revealed that her visit was a message. What do you think about Princess Mahara's visit and the church's unusual events? Could her modest actions convey faith and connection? Tell us in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video. You'll like.